How's it going, guys? Today we are getting back to, check out those Volks, huh? We are getting back to some work that we had started a while back. As you can see, the Z is a little bit different than it was when we started it. Slow but sure progress. These wheels are temporary. But we have a window regulator that went out and a door lock that was already out. So here we are removing this dang thing. Andy hates it.
I do. Once I get tired of working on it, I'm definitely going to be like, here, Albert, take over. And that's it. But I'm fine with taking out 10 mils. That's pretty cool. No problems there.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I hate working on windows. Everyone has their thing.
Now, why do you hate working on windows?
Alignment.
Alignment.
Alignment. 100% alignment. Like, if you just have to replace a motor where you don't have to get to the alignment stuff, it sucks, but it's not that bad. When you have to pull out regulators and rails and start messing with window alignment, that's when you run into stuff I do not have the patience for.
I feel like working on cars in general requires an incredible amount of patience.
Yeah, and I have that for a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
Just not windows or transmissions. Those are the only two things I never want to do. Windows and transmissions.
So I'm gonna walk over to the garage and show you guys what we have for replacement parts. I ordered a window regulator and motor off of Amazon. It came out to, I believe, I would have to check the link, but I believe it came out to like $120 for both of them, which wasn't too bad. And then I ordered this power door lock actuator. This is used off of an 08. Supposedly had low miles. It looks like it's in pretty good shape. So we're gonna do that at the same time. I think all in all, if I remember correctly, it came out to $144 or $148 for all three parts, which, considering you're fixing a whole door, not too bad. So you were saying that these bolts right here,
there's one here, and two 12s here and here.
Yeah.
They hold onto the regulator. Normally you can just keep this all together if the window's in the up position. However, there's no window here. So because the window's down, we actually had to remove those so we could pull this back plate off. And then we have to pull the window out from down here all the way up. So.
Slide it up and it's in the door.
Yeah, exactly.
Sheesh.
And it's you know, just a little bit more work. Okay. So there's our door harness. Let's see if we are good. I might have to pull the motor off from here too. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull the motor off from here too. So these three.
Unfortunately, it looks like all the bolts are basically the same thread pitch.
They're
right?
all 10s, and there's just a couple 1, 2, 12s.
But those are nuts, right?
Yeah, those are nuts.
And most of the bolts, I mean, I assume that the ones that are attaching to the motor itself are
all zinc plated or cadmium or whatever it says, and then the others are all black.
And they also have
Phillips heads.
inserts for Phillips heads. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty easy to tell all the stuff apart. That's very specific.
Yeah. Otherwise, Indy's normally very organized with bolts, so...
Yeah, separating stuff into specific areas.
But when you can kind of visually tell the difference of what goes where, it's not really necessary if you have been doing it for a while.
I've been doing it for a while.
I think that's safe to say.
A little bit of time.
Just a little bit of time.
Couple day years.
Years.
Like literally half my life now.
Couple of overnighters, no big deal.
Like literally half my life now.
Yeah?
Yeah. Since I was...
oh yeah, huh?
Yeah. Well, actually more than.
Yeah.
Because I started probably when I was like 16. I'm an old 34-year-old now.
Dude, in a couple of years, we will have known each other for half our lives.
Yeah, isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
Come on, just let go. Yeah.
I think it's because the motor is releasing.
Yeah.
And it's probably yanked on it. It's gonna drop the motor.
There we go. Okay. If you would so kindly
Pull this out of the way.
All right, so we're gonna pull this through real quick to get the motor out. And then you can take that.
Free that.
There you go.
Okay.
And you're good to go.
Now, while this is apart in this position, I'm thinking let's take a quick picture of the way that the regulator is lined up. Right?
Yeah.
Let me take one more, just to be
Get whatever
sure.
you can.
Yeah, the way that, yeah. That looks pretty straightforward as far as, like, they're two completely different shapes.
Oh, I'm not worried about the shapes or anything. Okay, so now, the issue now is the glass bolts to the bottom of the regulator down here. It's hard to see. We have to effectively lift this up, not break it, lift it up, undo the bolts, and then pull the glass the entire way out the top.
And then I assume we can bolt the glass up somehow?
Once we put the new regulator in, we can bolt it through you saw the little holes on there. They bolt here and here.
Got it.
When it's in the up position, but we got to get it up to get up to the up position. You know what I mean?
Got it.
Yeah. So
we can, basically what'll happen is...
What we're going to do is we're going to get this, all this stuff out of here. We're going to take the window out, and then we're going to assemble the regulator and the motor onto the panel off the car, and then place it back in.
And then
And then
once it's completely installed, the window will stay in the up position.
yeah, and then we just put the bolts, and then we should be good to go.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we can assemble this off car, which is nice because dealing with doors sucks. But yeah, so we got to get the window off here.
I'm wondering though, because there's a regulator here. I'm wondering if there's a way to manually activate the regulator in order to force the window into the up position.
Not
you
at
look
this
on
point.
the back of it.
Not at this point, there's not.
No, because I'm seeing the cables on the back. Is there like something we can wind?
No, what I'm saying is the amount of torque this all produces to put that up.
Oh, it's pretty
And-
substantial.
Yeah, it'll just flip it around and do problems. So no, we just have to undo the glass from the bottom down here. We have to hold it up, undo the glass, take the glass out, and then assemble everything on the back there, put it back in, put the glass
Got it.
in place.
Okay.
So that's what we're gonna do.
All right, we have the regulator off.
So we need to transfer these bolts from this motor onto our new motor in this little bracket piece. So we got to take those off, transfer the motor over, and then kind of rebuild this assembly on the back of the door thing. I don't know what to call that. Door window frame holder thingy.
Yeah, I'd call it a window plate, maybe.
I mean, but also keeps, rain and liquid stuff out of inside the door panel, you know what I mean? Because that is like a rubber seal on the back.
Door seal plate window holder thingy.
Yeah.
Cool.
The thing that sucks to take off.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and.
But it shouldn't be too hard to put back on.
Well, hopefully, because that's the idea, is that we can rebuild it all off the car, and then the regulator should be in the raised position, and we can.
Just bolt the bottom of the window to it, and
Yeah, just you literally put this back in.
and then
put that back in,
and then
you
there's
can
like a
bolt it
reset
back
button
in.
that tightens it up, basically, right?
No, I don't think so. I really don't know. I have to look back into it. But either way,
We're gonna figure it out, and we're gonna let you guys know.
that.
Okay, so if you find yourself having trouble lining up the motor with the regulator, because this piece right here is gonna feed into here, that's what winches the window up and down, you can grab your, what is this, 3/8, and just rotate.
Yeah.
So you just pop it in and give it a quick rotate in the direction that you need, and then now we can line it up properly.
And get this to.
Yep.
Put some screws in.
Good to go.
Yeah. Let's taco about it.
Let's talk about it.
Tacos.
You want
You watch Good Mythical Morning?
to talk about it? Yeah.
I love it. I love them. They're great.
Okay, so we bolted the motor first, then we fed the regulator and the
Into
guides
place. Yeah.
into place.
Now's the part that's terrible. We need to kind of adjust. If you want to pull this way, you can see there are some flathead spots on here. You have to loosen these up a bit and adjust these screws in and out to get the regulator to move up and make the window do the right thing versus not the right thing.
Yeah, so
Is the easiest way to put that.
that'll be the trickiest part.
Yeah.
I'm thinking what we can do is check how much the threads are exposed on the old regulator.
Because it worked.
And so hopefully if we can pre-adjust it before we even put it back together, that'll probably solve it.
Yeah, so we're gonna try to get that adjusted to where it was on the other one, and then we'll reinstall this piece in the car. And actually this regulator is at the bottom. We do need this to move up so we can reinstall the window afterwards. Because this hole and this hole are the window bolt holes right here.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so we are going to measure that, adjust these, and then put this back on the car.
So this is a third window bolt hole, I assume, because we had two bolt holes on this side.
Yeah, on that side. So
well, it makes sense because of the way that this is staggered.
Yeah.
You have this piece here, and then these here, maybe. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
And then the path of the regulator, it looks like that's how it would be as far as exposing the
bolts. So let's measure some stuff, and we'll be right back with you.
So basically what we did was we took a caliper, measured the amount of threads that were exposed on the regulator, and we matched it here. It was about 4.5 threads on ours.
Or 25 thousandths.
Or 25 thousandths.
Yeah.
So we did that, and now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side.
Yeah, so we will measure this out.
See, this one's all the way in, so I'm curious to see
so
what it is on the other one.
Yeah, you can tell the, we have about 2 fully exposed threads.
So probably like 10 to 12 thousandths.
Yeah, about that. So let's go ahead and just start matching up with that.
So
we're gonna loosen this.
So right now we're at about
we're pretty close
maybe
to
half
nothing.
of it.
Yeah, so
half
we're
of
gonna
a
go
thread
ahead
maybe.
And start. Yeah, I think it was just all the way, you know.
Yeah.
You can watch that and tell me where, you know, you have 2 full exposed threads.
We gotta pull it off the plate, yeah. There we go.
Let's
yeah, you've got 2 in there.
Well, let me just check it. Yeah, a little more than that.
What I mean is you expose 2 to feed 2, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let
me see.
Yeah, it looks about right.
I'm gonna do just a bit more.
Another half turn maybe?
Yeah, exactly. Right about there.
All right.
Take a look. Yeah, that should be about right.
Now we tighten this down.
And there we go.
So if that worked, we should be able to just bolt this back in, move it to the up position, and bolt the window in,
and be happy and not sad.
In the meantime, we need to get the door lock actuator because this back plate needs to come off for that anyway, so we're gonna hit that right now.
This is garbage.
Yeah, it does not work. We actually, it was moving a little bit, but not really that much. So to get it out, it's very easy. There's 3 bolts on the outside. You can actually access it with the whole door.
3 Torx bolts.
3 Torx bolts, yeah.
Specific.
Right here. Pop that off. And then on the inside, you basically just have to maneuver these bars. What would you call these?
They're just like lock bars.
Lock bars.
I guess is the easiest way to call them. Yeah.
So the one will feed out of here on its own. The other one has a little clip. You can just slide it off.
It's kind of in the shape of a C, and you pop it out of the C and then pull it out.
Yeah, the easiest way to do it is to just feel with your finger on the back side of it and just press, and it'll just kind of pop off. You can see the marking where the clip was holding in place.
Yep.
Then from there, that'll expose the bottom side of the harness, and then you just press it, release it, and you've got it good to go. But you're not going to be able to do this without having that back panel off, so
yeah,
definitely consider replacing your door lock actuator while you're doing the window too, or else you're just going to have to do it again, and that is not good times. You're definitely right about that.
You read about good times, not bad times?
We're here for good times, guys.
We are here for good time and a long time.
So should I plug this in and just test it first? Probably, huh?
Oh yeah, you can try to see if it'll work. That's definitely what I would do.
Otherwise, we are wasting our time here. That's not the way. This is the way.
I will show you the way.
I will show you the way.
The way.
This is the way.
Yeah.
This is the clip. Hand you the key. Hey!
So that's noise and stuff.
It works. Now that's the sound we want to hear.
Yeah.
All right, now we just got to get it all back into place.
Yep, so I'm ready with the Torx bolts.
Ready to torques the bolts.
Torx the bolts. These are Torx bolts.
So I gotta get this up in the right position, which is, I believe was like so.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That position?
Yep.
And then I gotta, ooh, that's gonna be tricky. Should we bolt it in place
I would
and then
bolt
I
it
can
in place and then do that.
Yeah, because I was gonna say this is gonna be hard to maneuver without.
Yeah, we'll get it bolted in place and do everything.
I'm trying to keep this bolt.
Remember, this has to slip in.
Yeah, if there's the bar is in the way. Oh yeah, this will help me
Yeah,
hold it.
that has to hold it in place.
This bar, the bar that connects to the blue piece is in the way right now, so I'm just trying to free it.
Okay,
You know what? I can connect that to the blue piece.
Yeah, just connect it. They'll be fine. Bork the Torx, guys.
Yeah, when in doubt,
Bork the Torx.
bork the Torx. Okay. Oh yeah, this slides into a down position, which is good. Boom. Okay, that's one.
Yep.
Now I have to just feed this into here.
Make sure this is actually in place.
That's in. Two. That's two.
Okay, go ahead and
This is in place.
you
So I
hold
just need
it.
to.
Perfect, right there.
Oh, this is easy. This is great.
A lot easier than a window, I tell you
A
what.
lot easier than a window.
I tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
Hank Hill is an admirable man.
And I already got the harness in, so once those are in, this is done. So once you have the back panel off, a door lock actuator is a piece of cake. This is literally unclip the harness, 3 bolts, the 2 bars, basically reverse your uninstall, and you're good to go. Piece of cake. Obviously, these pieces line up with the door lock on the door panel. So.
I'm gonna pull that towards you so it's not just like repeatedly hitting the wheel. Even some paper on it.
I have a little pad to keep the door from hitting and scratching. Ingenuity at its finest, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Well, I would call this a win.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Sheesh, right?
There we go.
All right,
You're bolted in.
door lock actuator is done. Let's double check it.
Keys right there.
Ooh, that's a good sound. Like it.
That's the sound that works.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay, back to the window. We are putting the frame splash guard back panel thingamabobber. I'm sure there's an
Window holder.
basically the window holder back in place. Everything's bolted onto it as you have seen. We properly aligned it based on the measurements from the old regulator. So now we're just getting the bolts back in. We're going to raise the window to the up position, bolt the window in from there, and then we should be able to, I mean, everything should be good, but if not, we can change the alignment settings from these 2 pieces right here. It's just a matter of loosening these nuts and backing in.
You didn't want to like intimately hug me from behind?
I did.
Man,
I air hugged
I'm
him.
sad now.
Yeah. Or is he really happy?
No, I'm really sad. I'm gonna go cry.
So, I feel like Indy cried a lot about this job for no reason, because so far
For no reason.
well,
For no reason.
we're not done yet.
For no
So
reason.
I speak too soon a lot. So let me walk away.
Not only for no reason, but how much of a pain was getting the window off the track on the bottom?
No, it's been a hard day's night.
If you guys haven't noticed, it was daytime earlier. The sun is now disappearing.
Yeah.
So this man saying stuff is easy, but also
We're close.
hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, don't hit.
Don't speak too
Ooh,
soon
that
yet.
sucks.
What happens?
Banged his elbow on the
Uh,
mirror.
yeah, he'll probably see it.
Okay, so basically, once you get the back plate back on, we don't have the window on yet, but we were running into an issue where the motor wasn't working. So
Well, it would make a noise and go up just like
yeah.
a little bit.
It was like stalling basically. So Nissan tells you that in order to reset the switch, you need to get inside the car with the window switch connected, of course. And then you're gonna roll up the window all the way to the top without using the auto up function.
You have to be door closed.
With the door closed. So you roll the window all the way up to the top. Don't use the auto up function. Once it gets to the top, you're gonna hold down that reset switch that's on the back panel that we pointed to. While you're holding that switch, you're gonna roll the window without using the auto switch. You're gonna roll it all the way to the bottom, then you let go of the switch, roll it all the way to the top again, let go, and you're good to go. Never use the auto up or down while you're doing this process. So now that we know the regulator works, it rolls up and down, we're going to bolt the window, hope that the alignment works, and if everything is good, pop the panel back on, we're done.
Great success.
Great success. So we bolted the window down. The alignment was good, but we did slowly check it after the reset procedure was done. So we just kind of came up slow, but
made sure everything was in line.
Everything was good, but we're good.
Other than the dirty window, like we cool.
Well, I cleaned it and then it got dirty from the install, so I'll clean it again. So we'll call this job done. Putting the door panel on is pretty straightforward.
Well, we need to put some speakers in too, and we'll do that a little later because it's getting slightly dark out. So we'll put some speakers in later, and then we will go ahead and put the door panel back on, and you guys will be there for that too.
Yeah. So let us know if you guys have any questions. Let us know what you thought of the video, if this helped you at all. Hopefully it did. It was a relatively straightforward install for us.
It was a pain.
It was a pain wiggling certain things out, but getting it back in was definitely a lot easier once we figured out the reset.
Yeah, especially because the thing that sucked is the window was down when we took it out, and we couldn't bring it up, and that was the issue because there's one bolt you have to get to that you don't really have a lot of access to, so we kind of had to just use a wrench
like a
and
slow
just
wrench out.
But past that, easy, good to go.
So leave a comment down below, and if you liked the video, please make sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one.
And we appreciate you guys.